Dude, when was the last time you really just lived in the moment?
Does staring blankly into the refrigerator for like 5 minutes count?
Not unless you had a spiritual awakening with the almond milk.
Ugh, then it's probably been a while.
Right. I think we're going to talk about the elusive art of living in the moment. And it doesn't have to involve moving to a beach or deleting your phone.
Ooh, but hey, moving to the beach sounds awesome right now.
It does. But until then, join us on the podcast today while we talk about living in the moment. Hello and welcome to a special edition of Adulthood is a Project. This is that show where two sisters discuss the lessons learned and growth earned through the realities of life. Today, our special treat is we're obviously in studio together. Now she's going to know when I'm hitting that applause button, you guys. All right, I'm Charlie. You all know my sister, Casey, and we are your hosts today.
All right. Today's episode, we're going to discuss living in the moment. So we're going to discuss the ins and outs of what holds us back from doing that and why we want to change it.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a good topic for me right now too, honestly.
It really is.
With where I'm at in life and what I've got going on. So I'm looking forward to it for sure.
I'm sorry, I had to get my computer because I was in charge of the quiz today.
You are. I know. We're so not used to being in the same studio. We're going to try to get this a lot more often though for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Fun. Okay.
It is super fun.
Okay. What was my winning noise? My din-din, yeah?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because we all know I'm going to win. What was our score so far? 2-1?
We both
No, we're both 1-1.
Yeah. Because 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
Both of us have got 4.
That's right. And I left that. Sorry, I didn't remember the answer because I left that paper in my other area. But that's okay. That's
okay,
right.
so she's not keeping score.
Oh, I'm keeping score. I'm going to write it down. Don't worry. Determined to win.
All right. Are you ready for the quiz?
I'm ready for the quiz.
Don't try to cheat and look.
Nah, I can't. Love that you think I can even read that far. I don't have my glasses on. There's too much of a glare, so we got to do this. No glasses. My eyeballs are raw dogging it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Question 1.
Okay.
What is the word for when people long for the past?
Oh. Oh my God, I feel like I should know this. Reminisce? No.
Well, I think I have to take your first answer and
you
cut
might.
you off.
I think you're gonna have to.
Okay. So you already screwed that one up.
No din there.
The answer is nostalgic.
Damn it! I knew that.
Yeah.
I knew. Okay. I'm gonna take the loss. I'll take. That's a big 0 for me. I wrote it down. I'm gonna be honest here. Okay. Now I'm gonna get ready with the din next one. I'm ready.
Okay. Our brains have a natural process that makes us remember positive experiences more vividly than negative experiences. That leads people to feeling a longing for what?
That we remember positive experiences in a better way.
We remember positive experiences more vividly than we remember negative experiences.
Okay, so it leads us to have a longing for... Oh, the good old days.
Yeah.
There we go. Like, come on, I got this. Come on. The good old days.
All right. Now, this one. There's some special exercises.
Okay.
That include eating. It involves eating. So, I love these kinds of exercises, right? Because they have food.
I like eating exercises.
Yeah. So learning to eat this way can help a person become more present with their food. What kind of eating are these exercises helping with?
I'm going to wait a minute so the listeners have a chance to get their answer before I say them too fast. So, listeners, mindful.
Oh, man, yeah, you're good. Mindful eating.
Yeah. The minute you said, I'm like, oh, I know about mindful eating for sure. For sure. I mean, I'm mindful every time I eat. I'm excited. So.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very present in that moment.
Me too. Okay. Embracing changes is a big part of learning to live in the moment. What David Bowie song talks about this exact thing?
Just the changes. Turn the beat.
Oh,
Wait,
God. You
were you playing that earlier? Because I was singing that.
I was like, I'm gonna play this and see if she picks up on it.
Mental mind. Like the song's been in my head this morning. How weird. That's good, dude. That's so funny. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Oh man. Okay.
All right. Now, to truly immerse yourself in an experience, you must engage these 5 things. What are they?
Oh, I'm gonna pause again because I think I know this one. Senses.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you're 4 for 5.
Again.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Again.
Okay. And we hope you guys are really enjoying that quiz part of the show. I'm finding it pretty funny.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm having a good time when doing it. So it was pretty hilarious.
Plus, I find getting all the quiz questions or whatever, it makes me feel a little more knowledgeable about the topic that we're talking about.
Since we come to you as experts with everything, obviously, that does feel good to do that. So I think, as we're getting started with this episode, I think it's a good time now to discuss the obvious topic, which is why are we in studio together? And for those of you, obviously, I shouldn't say obviously, a lot of our listeners are friends of ours. They know what's going on. Some of you listeners have heard me talk about, I think it was 2 episodes ago, that I mentioned I was going to be doing a pretty epic road trip. I am on that road trip right now, which brought me to Tulsa to hang out for the week. And in so doing, we wanted to seize the opportunity to be in the same studio and try this out. So, this is not going to be the end of you guys seeing us in the studio together. And I got to laugh about, just a side note of how long it took us to organize the studio today. Yeah. Because I couldn't bring all my stuff with me from home. Like my little desk. I did bring a lot of it, to be honest, but just not my perfect little desk. So we were scrounging our mom's house for a couple of things. but we made it work. So where I was going to go, obviously, with that is the living in the moment is such a big part of what this road trip's about for me. Is learning to live in that moment and seize those opportunities, when they come along. So I was excited for this topic today. Is living in the moment something you do easily though?
It's not. And I think it also is something very dependent upon the circumstances, right?
Yeah. Like some moments you don't want to live in too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when you're sitting at home with a crying baby. Hey man, get me out of that.
Well,
woo, I'm done.
I didn't even give myself that moment. Thank goodness.
But so that is part of the living in the moment though. And talking about, so a lot of people that don't live in the moment is because they're so they're so focused on the past and trying to live in the past a little bit.
Oh, the nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're
yeah.
romanticizing the past, right? So I think, I was thinking about it as a parent where listen, I remember when my kids were babies and they were so sweet, and I'm like, oh yeah, but they screamed and they cried and they threw up all over me and they crapped all over me, and I didn't shower sometimes for weeks because I couldn't get away from them.
Okay, but what's your excuse now?
That's just how I live now. I poop myself. Projectile vomit everywhere.
You're like, and I just don't shower. I like living in the past right there.
I'm embracing my time right
Adulthood.
now.
Oh man.
But as a parent, or just with anything though, for real, you forget about all those bad things and just think, oh, remember how good they smelled and how sweet they were and how they fit right here, and
yeah.
So you kind of live in the good old days.
And I think that there's like something to be said for that. Like, because we find ourselves living in those good old days, it's almost as if when you are in the moment, you got to be like, this is going to be one of those. And is that a song or is that a saying? I feel like there was a country song that says, I wish I'd known
that these were the good old days.
These were the good old days. Yeah. Like, I'm going to mess. I should look that up. I know the
song you're talking about.
I didn't think that was going to come up at all today, obviously. Like, not even a thought of mine. But yeah, like, I wish we knew. Oh, God bless it. You know what I'm thinking of, you guys? The Office. In The Office, they had that quote of, in fact, I think it might have been Gabe that said it, of all the losers on the show. Gabe was no one's favorite. But I feel like, no, it might have been Mike. Oh, is Nard Dog.
Oh, okay.
And I think he's like, how do you know? I wish I'd known it was the good old days while I was still in them, or so, I don't know. He said it in The Office. That's what I was thinking of. There is a country song too, though.
I'm like, there's a song about.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would have told me these were the good old days.
Yeah.
I'm not a singer. Sorry about that.
I think we all know that's. But yeah, there is something to be said for that. Like, there's a time and place for nostalgia.
Right.
But living in the moment is. I've been.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
I was thinking, particularly for you on this road trip, like you just got together with high school friends.
Yes.
You reminisced, but also you were present in what was happening in your guys' lives now.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And that's exactly it. Is like still made new memories. Yeah. So as much as we were reminiscing and laughing about the awesome things we did in our teen years, yeah, we made new memories for now that made it like, there's still something there.
Right.
And that's living in the moment instead of living in the past. And I was going to say, cause I don't know that I've ever struggled with living in the moment so much as I don't think I paid attention. And I would say in the past, probably 8 months, I'm trying to make a guess here. I was getting some like nudges, like from the universe. Like, you need to be more present. Like, you need to be more, and I don't know, aware is probably not the right word, but just more present in what you're doing. And so, yeah, now being on this road trip, instead of being, I know I've been posting a lot, but it's like I'll post and that'll take me, say 20, 30 minutes. And then the rest of the time, like I'm with whoever I'm with, or I'm trying to, I'm trying to be very aware of that. And be with who I'm with or doing what I'm doing. And like you said, like even, getting together with friends from high school, like, yeah, we're going to talk about the past because some of that shit's just too good not to keep laughing over for years. But also, making the new memories as they come along and enjoying that side of it. So, right. I'm definitely trying to take that for what it is and not waste the time because I don't want to look back and feel like, oh, you wasted all that time worrying about tomorrow or remembering where you just left, because I'm spending approximately 4 days in each, anywhere from 3 to 4 per location. I'm really just trying to get everything I can out of those.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really good, time for me to put this into play.
I think so too. And so, as well as not living in the past, one of the big things is embracing change, which, what are we doing right now?
We are definitely embracing some change right now, dude.
Yeah.
For sure. And that is just being in it and saying, yeah, what's this hold for me, or what does that look like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
And just, I think the way that it was put in this article I was reading was, we're not fighting reality.
Mm.
Not fighting reality.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I do. I kind of like that. And this is so dorky, but, I have a tendency to always be like rushing to the next thing. So, and it goes so far, and I think this might have been when I started realizing it was about a year ago. It'll go so far as, say it's a Saturday, I've got a friend I'm going to meet for lunch, and then another friend that is like, hey, later on, let's have a couple of cocktails. And then later in the evening, another friend is like, hey, come over here, we're going to play cards.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a lot, you guys. That doesn't happen to me all the time, but it's not an
She's
abnormal
so
situation
popular.
ever. I'm not. I mean, I am, but whatever. Okay, I'm popular. When I go and meet that friend for lunch, I immediately get this. It's not like this weird feeling with them, but it's almost like this. Okay, all right, now, okay, let's get lunch finished so you can get on to the cocktail hour. And the minute I get to the cocktail hour, I'm like, okay, well, now let's get those done because you still need to get to the card game here in a little bit.
Right.
And it's everything leading up to it. I'm not relaxing in until I'm at my final destination for the night of where I have to go. And then I feel like, oh, now I can let loose.
Yeah.
And when I started realizing I was doing that is when I was realizing I'm probably not enjoying some of those moments
Right.
as much as I could be because I'm thinking about the next one
Exactly.
and the next one.
Yes.
Right.
And so I was gonna bring up Sunny Boy actually, because this kid, and it's a great trait, but sometimes it's not, because he lives in the moment. I mean, he just lives in it. And it was so funny because he went to boot camp, and I had to laugh because at one point, like after graduation, he's standing there and he's talking to his uncle who is military, and his drill sergeant had came up to him and said something, like, "Hey, you gotta go get your stuff."
Oh yeah.
And Sonny Boy's like, "Oh yeah, okay, I will in a minute." And his uncle was like, it took a moment for Sonny Boy to realize, oh goodness, I have to stop. I'm not relaxed yet. I'm not allowed to be that relaxed. And he was like, yes sir, I'll go get my thing. And his uncle made a comment to me later, and then we went out to eat as a family, and Sonny Boy again just taking his time, eating, just taking his time, which is great. And his uncle said to me later, he's like, I am interested to see how this goes. I've never seen somebody come out of boot camp and just so easily fall back into just like eating at a regular pace and whatever. He's so in the moment. And I'm like, yep, he is.
That is awesome though. Like, it is, when I see people do that, it's, I don't like the term jealousy because we watch our words, right? So,
it's an awareness,
and a little bit like, man, I'm
like in awe of the person. Maybe
that's a good one. Yeah, because I'm like, I do wish I could do that a little bit more. So it's a, good thing to try to take note of when you see that. Because, and I don't know, I was wondering for mine if, like, it kind of started, like I said, maybe more about 8 months when I was getting those nudges. Like, you've got to slow down. You've got to start slowing down. You've got to live in the moment. You've got to be more present. Like, it was about being present in whatever I was doing. We're going to see how this goes, aren't we? Oh, man. All right. So, yeah, it's more about being present in that moment. and just living in it and being aware.
Yes. And
you know what? I'm going to go ahead here.
We're going to be present in this moment. And
we
come
sure
on,
are.
Come on in, Mom.
Mom, come say hi.
Say hi to the audience.
Mom did not know we were
she had no
recording.
idea.
You're not in
You're
there.
You're not even in there. Yes.
Oh, there I am.
There's
Mom. All right. So being present in the moment. Mom came home, didn't know we were going to be in the middle. Son of a biscuit eater. That's all right.
Way to screw it up, Mom.
Get wild here. That's what happens when we took over her house, you guys, and she didn't know. We did it all while she was gone, obviously.
The only way to do it.
Okay. So, yes, being present in the moment, though, that's another big part of it, right? It's just going with the flow almost. There
exactly.
You go.
Go with it. Embrace that change that's coming.
Yes.
But I would
do have to do that.
What I was going to say sometimes about Sunny Boy, though, is because he's so in the moment, it's often hard for me to get him to, I'll be like, okay, I need you to think about 5 years from now. You're not seeing 5 years from now. And I am.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it's just a young thing, right? I mean, because he's 21. So maybe it's a young thing.
Yeah, I don't think you're as much planning for the future at that point.
And I don't know, because, I mean, at that point, I had kids. I had Sunny Boy. So I was already trying to look 5 years down the road at that point.
Right. And I don't think, in the living in the moment side of it, it's not like we're saying don't plan for your future or something. So, but you could also get too wrapped up in planning for that future, is what I'm kind of hearing from what you may have done compared to what he's doing.
Exactly. Yes.
Right. Like he's not planning it at all. So there's a happy medium in there, maybe. I don't want to say he's not planning it at all, but
yeah.
Whereas, like you said, when you were his age, you were like 5-10 years down the road because of where your circumstances were in life. So
yeah,
I think that living in the moment changed a little bit for you. Do you have any like tricks you do if you catch yourself being too out of it?
I would say if I'm very much like I have to ground myself, right? So just stop.
5 senses.
Yeah. Stop, breathe. Like I really want to like I need to feel my heart, like just take it down a notch and to understand that you're getting yourself too worked up and I'm trying to think of, so I would say a lot of times for me it's like I think we talk about like road rage or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because in my
that one I'll get to good.
I have somewhere to be. Get out of my way.
Because no one else on the road does. I do.
Yes. And I will start, and I just need, at those moments I think, oh my gosh, why am I getting so worked up over something? I mean, something that does not, in the long run, in the big picture, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't.
No.
It's just calm down.
What's that? If it's not gonna bother you in 5 minutes, then don't give it more than 5 seconds of thought or something. That's not right.
I don't know.
It's something kind of like that. And like you said, the road rage is really a good one, right? I feel like that when that happens for me, it almost never fails that's when I see someone broke down on the side of the road.
Oh yeah.
Like whether it be a flat tire or I don't know. Or that road rage is hitting when I'm getting annoyed and then I'm coming up on an accident. And I'm like, you know what? I would any day of the week rather be sitting in this car slightly annoyed than dealing with what those people are dealing with. So then I try to like remind myself of the
being grateful.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like, I'm so grateful for where I'm at. And that's not where, right? Like, thankfully that's not where I'm at.
Exactly.
So I'll try to shift the mindset with that sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. And that helps too.
And then,
because the road rages, they don't play around about that. But
they don't.
Again, up until when I started to realize that everywhere I'm at, like if I'm in the car, I'm like, not my final destination. My final destination is work right now. So when I get to work, then I can stop because that was my final. But the minute I leave work, not done, I still got to get to the grocery store. I got to hurry up through there, and then I got to get home, and then I can relax.
Yes.
Or I got to stop by the bank, and then I got to go to the grocery store, and it's I can't think because then what's my next destination? What's my next destination?
Mm-hmm. And I will always say too, like if I'm leaving work and say Big J and I have not quite decided what we want for supper. Number one, I'm a planner. I generally have a menu plan.
Oh gosh, and you got to go to the grocery store.
But there's times if I don't have a menu plan where I'll be like, I haven't even come up with what we want for dinner. And Big J's not a ton of help a lot of times. He's just, go get some sausage.
I don't care.
Bacon. Bacon.
Mate.
Bring me some bacon, babe. Okay.
Bacon, bitch.
So you want a BLT?
I'm here and bring home a pig.
So, yeah. But if I don't have something already in my head, number one, I'm exhausted by the end of my workday. Just mentally, a lot of times, is being in charge of 20 plus kids all day long is mentally draining. I don't know if anybody knows that or not.
Especially when you can't beat them.
Yeah.
It just adds to the drainage, I would assume.
It does.
If I had to guess, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, I've been told, sarcasm isn't classroom management.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't understand.
Makes no sense to me.
How else do you expect me to manage my classroom?
Right, obviously.
But I'm mentally drained. And so then in my head, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I got to figure out something for supper, stop at the store, and I'm going to stop at the store. But because I'm also like, I'm not going to get all the way there and then decide what we want, because then I'll have to get back out. That's going to piss me off. Because once I'm home, I'm home.
Oh,
at the end of a work day.
Yes. Yeah. Have you seen that meme where it's like, as an adult, I now understood why my mom would get so mad when she'd get home from work and you're like, oh, Mom, can you take me to the store or whatever? And it's like, I just got home. It's a big deal. Because when you're younger, I don't remember feeling that way.
Right. Like, I would be at school all day and I'm ready to go party with my friends all night.
I mean, I didn't party in high school. We were going to go study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I studied hard.
I was definitely ready to go study.
I studied a lot of plants.
Yes. I studied a lot of things. I'm gonna say something that would have made me sound horrible, so like this. I barely drank back then. I really didn't, honestly. Now I can't say the same, but I was studying stuff, okay? And it didn't seem like that big of a deal.
Right.
To go study all night.
Yeah.
And then get up and do it all again the next day. And throw work in there.
Right. And because
school and then work. And it's who cares?
We also, again, we lived in a small town. We grew up in a small town. And so a lot of times we would go study in another small town that was 30 minutes away.
I know. And now I don't even, if anything's past a 25-minute drive, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to go across town for that.
Definitely not.
That seems wild. I'd like to stay in my little bubble over here. Thank you very much.
It's about the bubble for sure.
I think in that, when I was, excuse me, in that when, they say as an adult, it's like, oh, now I understood, how you didn't want to go. And I think, like I said, it started about 8 months ago. I'm like, is this an age thing? When you start realizing I need to slow down more? Is there something that hits in your 30s that makes you speed it all up, do you think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think if our mindset is still maybe not embracing of, you get so stuck in a certain set of ways.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I'm very guilty of that.
And so then if something has to change or
it messes up your whole routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to shift that mindset. Now, how to do it specifically, I'm not an expert. I don't know.
What I've got a story I'm going to share with you because I just shared it the other day and we were dying, laughing. But I was also going to throw in, this might be a good time too. Listeners, we would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Do you have a trick that you do to remind yourself to stay in the moment or to ground yourself in the moment or be present, if you will?
I
So
put
just
my
do it,
phone
like,
away is one thing I do.
ooh, that's a good one.
Yes.
That's a really good one. And when you said you ground yourself and do this, I do that a lot too. I'll touch and then I'll kind of say like, breathe.
hmm
You're right where you wanted to be right now. Let's stop and enjoy.
Of course, grounding myself would include touching myself.
Yeah. No, I know. I was saying like, I kind of think I do the same thing you do.
Oh,
Oh,
catches on
She
quick, folks.
I'm passing over here. She can't help it. All day, every chance she can touch herself, she's gonna do it. She never misses the opportunity.
Never. Just stop and touch yourself. Okay.
Gotta use this a lot in Oklahoma here. Oh man. But one of the, I shared this story the other day. We were talking about with some friends the routine thing, and there was a time a couple years ago where my routine was so set, you guys. I was like, Monday is laundry and clean out, and Tuesday I come home and do something in the yard, and Wednesdays I'm gonna work both jobs, and Thursdays I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna go to family dinner, and then Friday I come home and get my frozen pizza and my bottle of wine and either call my friend and see if he wants to hang out or not and hit my patio. Saturdays, Sundays are open. And someone, an old friend might call and be like, oh man, are you available to do dinner Monday night? I'm like, no, that's laundry night. I've literally like turned people down for dinner because it messed with my routine.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about like not living in the moment because I got so set in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, the minute this went on for some time. It's not like I was timing it. It went on for some time, and I'm gonna say probably months. And I remember the first time I was like, I think I was probably like laying around on my couch or something, Sunday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, my friend invited me to dinner tomorrow, Monday, laundry day. I guess I could. Well, if I started it when I got home, now I'm trying to figure out how can I still get my laundry done. And all of a sudden I thought, well, I'm sitting here in the house. What's the matter? And you guys, did that laundry on a Sunday.
Oh,
Game changer. Like I thought my washer dryer only worked one day a week. It opened up a whole new world to me, you guys. Whole new world. Because I didn't even realize I was like so stuck in it, right? Like at all. So I just thought that was kind of funny about that routine, how you said like that really does kind of stick with you.
yeah.
In there and sets like a tone for what you're doing.
And until we just started talking about this routine, it just dawns on me how much, because what was I just talking about? Classroom management. And one of the big classroom managements is having a routine. Any teacher knows this.
Oh, yeah. I
Because
mean, that's the kids.
I know, but when you were saying, is there something that sets you off in your 30s or something? And I'm like, because we've been trained at such a young age to want a routine. Now,
which is not a bad thing because then it keeps the kids like, they know when they're going to
they
get
know
fed.
exactly
They know when they can.
Right.
And all of a sudden you hit middle age, you're like,
which is also,
on a limb now.
I'm going to laugh now because I'm thinking to myself of my kids, and I was saying how Sonny Boy does live in the moment a lot. This baby, when he was a baby, he put himself on a schedule. I didn't put him on a schedule. He put himself on a schedule.
Regimented.
He always was. He was very just, I remember at one point, I was that mom. I'm not going to lie. And so, he's, Mom, are we going to be late for school? And I said, school starts when you get there.
Of course you did.
And this kid would be so stressed out.
That's from her time studying in high school that she knew that.
I knew that. School starts when you get there. Not a minute sooner.
Dude. Y'all trying to instill in him the exact opposite of what
But he was so strict as a kid. But
Mm.
now as an adult, he's much more.
live in the moment and yeah.
There's got to be something to that. Man, we might have to do some more research into this bad boy.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, I'd take a lot of getting with people how they were as kids and then adults, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have to. I wasn't made for research. I was made for podcasting. But it would be an interesting topic, honestly, to discuss.
Yeah.
If you think about it. It makes me kind of wonder, like, and I was not always routine. I would say my routine thing really hit, like,
Mom! Mom!
She's ignoring you, as usual. I bet if I hollered for her, she'd be like, what, honey?
Probably.
Should we try it? Mom! Told you guys.
She, right on it.
Immediately. Was
we're-
I a routine baby? A routine baby?
Like, did she put herself on a routine?
I don't think so.
No? When she was a little kid, like, did she
If the
very
routine-
strict routine?
If the routine was going to bed at 8:30 and you get up at 10:30, when I went to bed staying up all night long, yes, you know, a routine.
That sounds about right.
All right.
Just prepping for my teenage studying years, you guys.
That was your routine. But no, you didn't obviously go on a routine. I didn't that way.
Okay. Did Casey?
Did I?
No, you had your older sister do it for you.
Of course I did. Older sisters put me on a routine.
So it sounds like my routine has been flexible.
And mine
My whole
was
life.
rigid and
Yes.
strict.
Okay, yeah. Because of me, obvious, I'm sure.
I'm sure it was you.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. Oh man. So I don't know. I don't know if our theory would hold there.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Man,
Well,
the
because
amount of what we can get done recording in studio together.
yeah,
With Mom as a backup. holler for
exactly.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, not for you, but for me.
Hey, see, she'll get us some snack. What I was gonna say is
She's busy cleaning up my breakfast dishes.
she. Well, what I was gonna say is the flower child would not have been a routine kid at all, but
If it were
she
for
had
food.
her for food. She's very mindful of her eating, and she had an older brother who was strict about his routine,
There it is.
and
That's
now.
morbid.
Now she and her and I were just talking the other day because she had these big plans to live in the moment and travel and these things, and she did tell me, she said, I'm starting to get a little scared, and I kind of thought about taking like this backup job just in case. And she's like, then I said, no, you're just doing that because you're scared and you're trying to play it safe. I said, that's right, embrace it, like get the change.
But these are the
So-
moments she should call me.
Yeah.
Jeez. But hey, yeah, you embrace. That's what we're doing. I mean, just embrace it. It is what it is. You can't live in the moment if you don't do the embracing.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would definitely say our lesson learned and growth earned on this is stop. Smell the roses, the daisies, the petunias, the ocean, or even the forest for that matter. But for the love of God, just stop and smell the fresh air at least once a day. And remember to enjoy the moments as they come. Don't let the day hustle and bustle make you forget how beautiful life really is.
Mm-hmm. In our next episode, we're going to explore
can't work together. We're going to explore something, and you might want to tune in to find out what it is.
Explore negative
You know
toxic
what?
work environments.
Real quick.
Like this right here, hostile.
Very hostile. I was thinking this, when we're not together, we both do a slight bit more prepping.
We do.
So I usually fill that in for her because, she can't get her own routine without her sister doing it for her.
That's why I have you.
All right. So yes,
we're going to explore negative toxic work environments. You're going to get our hot take on it. Thanks for listening. Until next time, go out there and be your favorite self.
Yeah. And if you are enjoying what you hear, be sure to leave a review to help others find us. Share an episode that you've enjoyed with your friends, and like and subscribe on your favorite listening platform to catch all of our future episodes.